Imagine the scene. The sun is beating down on an African river. The water is murky, a muddy brown color that hides many secrets. Suddenly the surface explodes. Water erupts into the sky like a geyser. In the middle of this chaos are two of Africa's most formidable giants. A massive hippopotamus, a bull weighing more than a small car, has its jaws wide open. You can see its enormous yellow tusks, sharp and ready for battle. It looks like a yawning cavern of pure rage and power. Its target is locked, its eyes focused with incredible intensity on the creature before it. The air is thick with the sound of a deep guttural roar. Locked in this dramatic moment is the other contender, a Nile crocodile. This isn't just any crocodile, it's a huge, ancient reptile, a living dinosaur. Its long armored body twists and thrashes in the water trying to gain leverage. Its own jaws, filled with dozens of conical interlocking teeth, are snapped shut on the hippo's thick hide. But the hippo's skin is incredibly tough, like a shield of leather. The crocodile is a picture of prehistoric fury, its powerful tail whipping the water into a frenzy as it struggles against the sheer bulk and brute strength of its opponent. It is a moment of pure, untamed wilderness frozen in time. The spray from the struggle hangs in the air like a mist, catching the sunlight. You can almost feel the tension, the raw energy of this epic battle. The hippo is pushing forward, using its immense weight to drive the crocodile back. The crocodile, a master of the death roll, is trying to pull the hippo off balance, to drag it into deeper water where it might have a better advantage. Every muscle on both animals is strained to its absolute limit. This isn't just a small scuffle over a bit of space, this is a life-or-death confrontation between two apex predators who rule this river. This single, frozen snapshot tells a story of survival. It's a story about territory, respect, and the unwritten laws of the wild. Who started this incredible fight? What brought these two powerhouses to this point of no return? To understand the explosion of violence we are witnessing, we have to look deeper into the lives of these two magnificent animals. We need to understand their world, their weapons, and the reasons why they would risk everything in a showdown like this. This moment is the climax of a conflict that has been brewing under the surface of the calm river. So, why would a hippo and a crocodile engage in such a dangerous battle? They are not natural enemies in the way a lion and a buffalo are, as one doesn't typically hunt the other for food. The main reason for their conflict is territory. A river in Africa is like a busy city street, and the best spots are highly prized. Hippos are intensely territorial. A dominant bull hippo claims a stretch of river as his own, along with the group of females and calves that live there. He will defend this territory with extreme aggression against any perceived threat, and that includes a large, intimidating crocodile that gets too close. Another major point of conflict is the protection of their young. A mother hippo is one of the most dangerous animals on the planet. Her protective instincts are off the charts. While an adult hippo is far too large and powerful for even the biggest crocodile to consider as a meal, a baby hippo is a different story. A newborn hippo is vulnerable. A large, opportunistic crocodile will not hesitate to snatch a calf if it gets the chance. A mother hippo who even suspects a crocodile is eyeing her baby will launch a preemptive and incredibly violent attack to drive the reptile away. Competition for resources, although less direct, also plays a role. During the dry season, rivers and waterholes shrink. This forces animals into much closer contact than they would normally like. Space becomes a premium. A hippo needs deep water to stay cool and keep its sensitive skin from drying out in the harsh sun. Crocodiles also need the water for hunting and regulating their body temperature. As their shared home gets smaller, tempers get shorter. A hippo might see a crocodile simply basking on a sandbank as an intruder in its shrinking personal space, leading to a sudden and aggressive confrontation. Finally, there is the simple factor of a bad day. Sometimes an animal is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. A crocodile might swim too close to a grumpy bull hippo that is already agitated from fighting with other hippos. A hippo might accidentally step on a submerged crocodile while entering the water. In these tense, crowded environments, a simple mistake or a misreading of intentions can instantly escalate into a full-blown fight. The river is a world of constant tension, and these two giants are always wary of each other's presence. Let's get up close and personal with one of our contenders, the Nile crocodile. This is an ancient and perfect predator. They have been around since the time of the dinosaurs, and they have barely changed because they are so perfectly adapted to their environment. A large male Nile crocodile can grow to be over 5 meters long, sometimes even 6. That's longer than most family cars. They can weigh over 750 kilograms, with some exceptional individuals tipping the scales at over a ton. Their bodies are built for life in the water, low-slung and streamlined. The most famous feature of the crocodile is its incredible bite. A croc's jaws are packed with around 66 sharp conical teeth. These teeth are not for chewing, they are for gripping. Once a crocodile clamps down, it is almost impossible to escape its grasp. The power of its bite is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, able to crush bone with terrifying ease. Its jaw muscles are designed for clamping shut with immense force. Interestingly, the muscles for opening its jaw are very weak, but in a fight, it's the closing power that counts for everything. A crocodile is a master of camouflage. Its skin, a pattern of murky green and brown, allows it to blend in perfectly with the river water and muddy banks. It can lie motionless for hours with only its eyes, ears, and nostrils showing above the surface. This makes it an incredibly effective ambush predator. An unsuspecting animal coming down to drink might not see the crocodile until it is far too late. Its body is covered in tough bony plates called scutes, which act like a suit of armor, offering protection from attacks. The crocodile's power is not just in its bite. Its tail is a massive muscular weapon. A single, powerful swipe of its tail can knock a large animal off its feet or propel the crocodile through the water with explosive speed. This tail is its engine, allowing it to lunge out of the water to grab prey from the riverbank. In the water, the Nile crocodile is in its element. It is a patient, powerful, and perfectly designed killing machine that has ruled the African waterways for millions of years. It knows its environment and how to use it to its advantage. Now for our other contender, the hippopotamus. The name hippopotamus comes from ancient Greek and means river horse, but this animal is no gentle horse. It is in fact more closely related to whales and dolphins. The hippo is the third largest land mammal on Earth, after the elephant and the white rhino. A large bull hippo can weigh over 1,500 kilograms, and some giants can even reach a staggering 3,000 kilograms. They are incredibly bulky, with a barrel-shaped body, short stubby legs, and a massive head. They might look slow and clumsy on land, but that is a deadly underestimation. The hippo's most formidable weapon is its mouth. A hippo can open its jaw to an incredible 150 degrees, creating a huge, intimidating gape. Inside this cavernous mouth are its enormous canine teeth, or tusks. These tusks are not for eating. Hippos are herbivores and eat grass. These teeth are purely for fighting. The lower canines can grow up to 50 centimeters long. They are razor sharp because they are constantly sharpened against the smaller upper canines every time the hippo closes its mouth. A bite from a hippo can crush a small boat or slice a crocodile in half. Despite their huge size, hippos are surprisingly agile in the water. They are too dense to float properly, so they move by walking or running along the bottom of the river. They can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes, allowing them to travel long distances underwater, often surprising other animals by surfacing unexpectedly. Their eyes, ears, and nostrils are located on the top of their head, which means they can see and breathe while keeping most of their enormous body hidden beneath the surface, much like a crocodile. The hippo's skin is another key feature. It is incredibly thick, up to 6 centimeters in some places, and provides excellent protection from predators and rival hippos. However, it is also very sensitive to the sun. This is why hippos spend most of their day in the water or mud. They secrete a special reddish, oily substance that acts as a natural sunblock and moisturizer. This is often called blood sweat, but it is neither blood nor sweat. This combination of immense size, incredible power, and formidable weaponry makes the hippo one of Africa's most dangerous and unpredictable animals. The crocodile's strategy is built around patience and explosive surprise. It is without a doubt the ultimate ambush hunter. Its primary weapon, the bite, is used for gripping, not for slicing. When a crocodile attacks prey, it aims to grab and hold on with its incredibly powerful jaws. Once it has a firm grip, it will use its signature move, the death roll. The crocodile will spin its entire body rapidly in the water. This maneuver uses the water's resistance to generate immense tearing force, capable of ripping chunks of flesh from a larger animal or drowning its victim quickly. This strategy works brilliantly on animals that come to the water's edge to drink, like wildebeest or zebra. The crocodile can lunge from its hiding place, grab a leg or the head, and drag the victim into the water where it has the advantage. In a fight with a hippo, however, this technique is much less effective. The hippo is already in the water, so there is no dragging it in. Furthermore, the hippo's massive size and low center of gravity make it almost impossible for a crocodile to successfully perform a death roll on it. The hippo is simply too big and heavy to be thrown off balance. The crocodile's armor is another important part of its arsenal. The bony scutes on its back provide a good deal of protection from attacks from above. This is useful against many threats, but it has a significant weakness. The crocodile's underbelly is soft and vulnerable. If an opponent can get underneath it or flip it over, the crocodile is in serious trouble. A hippo, with its immense power and ability to attack from below, can exploit this weakness. The crocodile's best defense is to keep its armored back towards the threat and try to face its opponent head-on. Speed is also a key weapon, but only in short bursts. A crocodile can launch itself from a standstill with incredible acceleration, both in the water and from the water's edge. This explosive power is crucial for a surprise attack. However, crocodiles are not endurance athletes. They cannot sustain a long, drawn-out chase or fight. Their strength lies in a sudden, overwhelming assault. If the initial attack fails and the fight becomes a battle of stamina and brute force, the crocodile can quickly find itself at a disadvantage, especially against an animal as powerful and relentless as a hippopotamus. The hippo's fighting style is the complete opposite of the crocodile's. It's not about stealth or surprise, instead it's all about overwhelming brute force and, honestly, raw aggression. A hippo does not hide. When it decides to attack, it charges forward like a living bulldozer. Its main goal is to use its immense weight and powerful jaws to crush and disable its opponent. A hippo will often charge with its mouth wide open, showing off a terrifying display of its lethal tusks. It aims to inflict a devastating fight-ending blow right from the start of the conflict. The hippo's tusks are its primary weapons. Unlike the crocodile's gripping teeth, a hippo's tusks are for piercing and slashing. An upward thrust of the hippo's massive head can drive its lower canines deep into an opponent. The force behind this attack is immense. A crocodile's tough, armored back can offer some protection, but a well-aimed strike from a bull hippo can puncture that armor or, even more devastatingly, strike the softer underbelly. A single powerful bite from a hippo has been known to snap a crocodile's spine, ending the fight instantly. In the water, the hippo has a unique advantage. By walking or running along the riverbed, it can launch attacks from below. A crocodile floating on the surface might be completely unaware of a massive hippo charging up from the depths. This upward attack is incredibly difficult to defend against and can lift a crocodile partially out of the water, exposing its vulnerable underside. The hippo's sheer bulk makes it a stable fighting platform. It's almost impossible to knock over or move, giving it a solid base from which to launch its powerful attacks. Despite its power, a hippo is not invincible. Its legs are relatively short and can be a target, though a difficult one to reach. Its main weakness is its lack of agility on land compared to other animals, but in the water, it is surprisingly nimble. Perhaps its greatest vulnerability is its own aggressive nature. A hippo's rage can sometimes make it reckless, charging in without a clear strategy. However, against a crocodile in its own watery territory, the hippo's combination of weight, power, and weaponry makes it an almost unstoppable force of nature. When these two river titans clash, it's a fascinating comparison of different evolutionary strategies. The crocodile is a specialist, an ambush predator with a specific set of tools for a specific job. Its strength lies in its lightning-fast surprise attack and its bone-crushing bite. The hippo is a generalist brawler, a tank that relies on sheer size and brute power to dominate its environment. The crocodile is like a skilled assassin with a dagger, while the hippo is like a heavily armored knight wielding a battle axe. Both are deadly, but their methods are worlds apart. The crocodile's primary weapon, its bite, is less effective against an adult hippo. The hippo's skin is simply too thick and its body is too massive for the crocodile's gripping teeth to do significant damage. The crocodile can't get a proper hold. The hippo, on the other hand, has weapons that are perfectly suited to counter the crocodile. Its huge tusks can pierce the crocodile's armor, and its massive gape allows it to bite down on the crocodile's entire body. The sheer difference in weight, a large hippo can be more than double the weight of a large crocodile, is a massive factor. The environment of the fight is crucial. If a crocodile can lure a hippo into very deep open water, it might gain a slight advantage in maneuverability. The crocodile is a better swimmer over long distances. However, most conflicts happen in the shallower parts of the river, which is the hippo's preferred habitat. Here, the hippo can stand on the riverbed, giving it stability and the ability to charge. It can use the ground to launch itself upwards, a move the free-swimming crocodile cannot counter effectively. The battlefield itself seems to favor the hippo. The biggest weakness for the crocodile in this fight is the sheer power mismatch. A crocodile's attack is designed to subdue prey that it can overpower and drown. A full-grown hippo cannot be overpowered or drowned by a single crocodile. The hippo, however, possesses the power to inflict catastrophic injury on the crocodile with a single bite or charge. The crocodile's best chance is to avoid the hippo's mouth and try to land a bite on a leg, but getting close enough to do that without being crushed is an almost impossible task. The odds are heavily stacked against the reptile. So, after looking at the evidence, the weapons, and the strategies, who is the likely winner in a showdown between a hippo and a crocodile? In a one-on-one fight between two healthy adult animals, the winner is almost always the hippopotamus. The size and power advantage is simply too great for the crocodile to overcome. While a crocodile is an incredibly dangerous predator, It is simply outmatched in a direct confrontation with a creature as big, strong, and aggressive as a bull hippo. The hippo is built like a tank, and the crocodile just doesn't have the firepower to take it down. There are, of course, exceptions. A desperate crocodile might get lucky. It could successfully ambush a sick, old, or very young hippo. A group of crocodiles working together in a coordinated attack, a rare but not unheard of behavior, might be able to overwhelm a lone hippo. But these are not typical scenarios. The vast majority of confrontations we see in the wild end with the crocodile backing down or being driven away. Often the hippo doesn't even need to fight. Its intimidating threat display with its mouth wide open is enough to convince the crocodile to leave. Documented evidence and accounts from wildlife experts and rangers on the ground support this conclusion. There are many recorded instances of hippos killing crocodiles. They have been seen biting crocodiles in half or crushing their skulls. The reverse, however, is extremely rare. An adult hippo is simply not on the menu for a crocodile. The risk of injury or death to the crocodile is far too high for it to be a worthwhile endeavor. The crocodile is an intelligent survivor, and it knows a losing battle when it sees one. Therefore, the king of the river, when it comes to a direct fight, is the hippopotamus. Its sheer bulk, incredible jaw power, and aggressive territorial nature make it the dominant force in the freshwater ecosystems it inhabits. The crocodile is a master of stealth and a deadly hunter of other prey. But when the river horse decides to charge, even the ancient dinosaur of the Nile knows it is time to retreat. The hippo's victory is a clear demonstration of the simple rule that in the wild, size and power often matter most. The epic clash between the hippo and the crocodile teaches us a valuable lesson about the wild. It shows us that every animal has its own unique strengths and strategies for survival. The crocodile is a perfect ambush predator, a master of patience. The hippo is a powerhouse of brute force, a guardian of its territory. They have evolved different ways to thrive in the same environment. Their conflicts are not born out of hatred but out of the fundamental needs for space, safety, and the continuation of their species. It is a raw and honest part of the circle of life. Interestingly, despite these violent confrontations, hippos and crocodiles spend most of their time living side by side in relative peace. You can often see them basking on the same riverbanks or sharing the same stretch of water, keeping a respectful distance from one another. This is called a truce. Both animals understand the other's power and the potential cost of a fight. They will only engage in conflict when a critical line is crossed, such as a threat to their young or a serious intrusion into their personal space. This shows a complex relationship based on mutual respect and tolerance. This dynamic reminds us that the animal kingdom is not in a constant state of all-out war. It is a finely balanced system where each creature plays a role. The hippo, by grazing on land and returning to the water, fertilizes the river with its dung, which provides nutrients for fish. The crocodile helps to control the populations of certain fish and other animals, keeping the ecosystem healthy. Even as rivals, they are both essential parts of their shared habitat. Their relationship, a mix of conflict and coexistence, is crucial for the health of the African river systems. Ultimately, the showdown between a hippo and a crocodile is a powerful reminder of the raw beauty and danger of the natural world. It commands our respect. These animals are not monsters, they are magnificent survivors, honed by millions of years of evolution. Observing them, even in their most violent moments, gives us a deeper appreciation for the complexities of nature. It teaches us that power comes in many forms, and that sometimes the greatest strength is knowing when to avoid a fight. The river belongs to both the hippo and the crocodile, and their epic story is one of Africa's greatest dramas.